my channel. If you are new here, my name is Treneediann. I make lifestyle videos mainly focused just around my everyday life. I film everything from like the exciting stuff to the mundane, very boring stuff. I work a 9 to 5, so I have a very basic life. I also focus on my fitness journey, and my husband and I just moved to Dallas, so we're also navigating living away from our hometown and all of our family. So if that's something that you are interested in seeing, definitely subscribe. I'm trying to get to 3K right now. But today's video, we're going to be meal prepping. One of my 2025 goals was to get better with my eating and bulk up. So I really want to focus on meal prepping every week just to make sure that I'm eating all of my food and eating consistently. Like I said, I work a 9 to 5, so I noticed that meal prepping just keeps me on track. And if I don't have the meal already prepped, I'm honestly not gonna eat. I'm gonna skip a lot of meals, and that just doesn't help when I'm trying to gain weight. So I have to do anything I can to not skip a meal. So I am committing myself to every week meal prepping at least lunch and dinner, to just keep myself on track. My biggest thing with meal prepping and cooking is I never want to do too much, so we're gonna make some quick and easy meals today. We are gonna prep breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks today, but all of these meals are gonna be super simple, really quick and easy, so it's not gonna take too long. I'm a very lazy person. I don't like standing in the kitchen all night. I do enjoy cooking, but I don't like being here all day, and I just really like easy meals. So on the menu for this week, for breakfast, I'm gonna meal prep my turkey sausage and our French toast. I typically don't like to meal prep breakfast because I eat a lot of eggs, and those I like to make them day of, but since we're gonna make French toast, I can prep those early. For lunch, we're doing chicken quesadillas, so that's gonna be super easy. I buy prepackaged chicken, so all I really do is just heat it up and put the taco seasoning on, so that'll be super quick. And I'm gonna bag up the cheeses just to make it super easy for me. But all I have to do is cook the tortillas on the day of. For dinner, we're gonna do a salmon bowl, salmon, rice, and broccoli. Super straightforward. And then snacks, we're gonna make our adult Lunchables. So I'm gonna make a little snack plate and make some tuna. And then also we're gonna make a little fruit cup thing in like a mason jar. So lots and lots of cooking to do, but it shouldn't take us too long. I think the meal that's gonna take us the longest is gonna be dinner, just because it's a little bit more prep, but everything else should be super quick. So if you are meal prepping, you can put me on in the background and we can meal prep together, or hopefully you get some ideas for your next meal prep. But let's get into it. All right, so jumping right into the meal prep because we have a lot to prep today. We're starting off with our dinner recipe. We're making a honey glazed salmon bites bowl with rice and broccoli. What you're gonna need for this recipe is obviously your salmon, minced garlic, butter, honey, soy sauce, lemon juice, sriracha, and water. For the salmon, you're gonna season with salt, pepper, blackening season, and paprika. Before we season, we are gonna do a little bit of prep for the salmon, just patting it dry and cutting off the skin. I could easily buy salmon that doesn't have the skin on it, but this is my favorite brand that we have at HEB, so I just take the extra time to take the skin off. But this recipe will go a lot faster if you buy salmon without the skin on it. Once all the skin is cut off of the salmon, you're gonna go ahead and cut into bite-sized pieces and put it into a bowl where we will add all of our seasoning. For the seasoning, the recipe does call for half a teaspoon of salt, pepper, and paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon of blackening seasoning. But I only measure out the paprika because sometimes it can be a lot. Go ahead and mix all that together and set it to the side. Starting on our sauce for the salmon, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of oil to a pan over medium heat. Once the butter is melted, you're gonna add in your ingredients for the sauce. So we're gonna start with adding in 6 cloves of garlic. If you're like me and you use minced garlic, just add in 6 teaspoons of garlic. And then you're gonna go in with 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of sriracha, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and a half a cup of honey. You're gonna let the sauce heat up for about 30 seconds and then add in your salmon. If you made this without cutting the salmon into bite-sized pieces, you'll just put the salmon skin side down. And I like to cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes, flip it around halfway, and then I turn the heat to low to let the sauce thicken for about another 5 minutes or so. While this was cooking, I did have a little helper helping me out with meal prep. So we started on the chicken quesadillas. I use pre-shredded chicken from HEB. It just makes it a lot easier to make our lunches. I don't have to worry about cooking the chicken and then shredding it myself. It does say that it was seasoned, but we did add extra taco seasoning because the seasoning just wasn't good enough. But while Lavelle's cooking that, we're gonna get started on the rice. I made 1.5 cups of rice, and I will link this rice cooker down below. I've gone through several rice cookers, and this is by far the best one that I've ever used. So you guys need to get this rice cooker if you are looking for a new one. By the time that I finished getting the rice in the rice cooker, the sauce had thickened, and I checked my salmon just to make sure it was cooked all the way, and we moved on to making the broccoli. I used to make my broccoli in the microwave, but I found that steaming it on the stove just tastes way better. I bring a half a cup of water to a boil, and then I place the broccoli in the steamer and place that into a pot, and I'll cook it for about 8 minutes or until the broccoli is tender to my liking. While that was cooking, it was time to start packing up all of the meals. So we started with the quesadillas. Something I forgot to mention is I cook on Sundays and Wednesdays. So the dinner and lunch that you are seeing, we're only going to be eating that for the first half of the week. This week was a short week, so I was actually making this all on Monday. So we're going to be eating this until about Thursday, and then I'll cook a different meal for lunch and dinner on Thursday for the rest of the week. So you might notice we're only laying out 4 things, which is 2 servings for the both of us for lunch and dinner. That's because we don't eat the same thing all week. We only eat it for about 2 days. But I highly recommend prepping out your chicken and your cheese like this just to make your life 10 times easier, and day of, all you have to do is fry up everything in the tortilla. The last thing to cook is the tuna, and I don't have a recipe for the tuna. We kind of just eyeball all the ingredients, but we add Miracle Whip, mustard, and relish into our tuna, and we kind of just taste as we go and add whatever ingredient we feel like we need to make it better. Next up, we're going to start prepping our snack plates. I have been loving making these. I just add a bunch of random things that we like to eat. So we do carrots. I also put salami in my husband's since I don't eat pork, cucumbers, crackers, and cheese. And then this week, like you guys saw, we decided to make tuna, so I just added some tuna to our snack plate. Oh, and I also add a pickle as well. I went ahead and packed up all the dinner. I just did a bed of rice, broccoli, and then the salmon on top. This month I made the decision to stop tracking for a while because it was becoming very negative, and I noticed that instead of encouraging me to hit all my macros, it was making me frustrated when I would look at the numbers and I didn't hit it. So I decided it's probably best just to first focus on making sure I'm just eating consistently, and then eventually I may go back to tracking once I feel like I've healed my relationship with food. The last meal that we have to prep is going to be breakfast. All I'm doing for this one is just prepping up some turkey sausage. So I take it out of this little plastic wrapping and cut it into even slices and then fry it up. I was also supposed to meal prep French toast for breakfast, but I forgot to take the bread out of the freezer. So we're going to continue this video until tomorrow. But for now, we're just going to prep up the turkey sausage. Part 1 of the meal prep is done. I will see you guys tomorrow to make the French toast. We're starting on our French toast prep. For my French toast, I use almond milk because I am lactose intolerant and I cannot handle milk. I use 2 eggs, cinnamon, and vanilla extract. I go ahead and start by cracking the eggs first, mixing them in, and then I add in my almond milk. I don't really measure. I can leave a recipe down below that I used to use, and then I mix this all together. I add in a little bit of vanilla extract. For my cinnamon, I just want to cover the entire top with cinnamon and then then mix that all in so it makes like a little cinnamon swirl. The secret to my French toast is using thick brioche cut bread, and it'll make the French toast just 10 times better. But you're gonna go ahead and dip both sides of bread into your mixture and then throw it in the pan. I try not to dip it too much because I don't want my bread to get super soggy, so I just do like a light dip just to coat both sides and then throw it in the pan. And then you're just gonna cook both sides for about 2 to 3 minutes or until it is golden brown. And then you'll just repeat those steps until you're out of bread, and now you have French toast for the whole week. French toast is now prepped and packed away for the week. I made 10 pieces of French toast. Honestly, it probably lasts us until like Thursday, maybe Friday if we're lucky, if we don't eat anything else. Just another quick and easy meal just to have so we don't have to worry about making anything in the morning and making my life 10 times easier while I work my 9 to 5 from home. So our meal prep is officially complete. I hope you guys liked this video. It was a lot to make and film, but I honestly enjoy meal prepping so much. So something I want to post regularly on my channel, maybe like once or twice a month, because it keeps me accountable and it can give you guys ideas and motivate you to meal prep and make your life easier. So you don't have to worry about cooking every single day or however often you cook. You can just easily grab these meals and go. So yeah, hopefully this gave you guys some inspo. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe and let me know down in the comments below what is your favorite meal to meal prep. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Friends of mine around, yeah. Now I'm thinking might have caught the June blues, yeah.